Hello everyone, I've had the pleasure of driving the Hyundai 2022 Kona for a few days now. Get on a road trip from Toronto to Atlanta, so 1,500 kilometers, and it's been a really nice car. I wanted to take some time to walk you through it and tell you what my thoughts are and if you should consider buying one. My name's MJ, thank you for joining, let's do it. The Hyundai Kona is a subcompact SUV from Hyundai. Hyundai now has a few SUVs, the Santa Fe, Venue, and then the Kona, but the Kona seems to be a more luxurious, peppier version of the subcompact category for Hyundai's cars. Small, because it is a subcompact car, very unique styling, very unique design. I like what the initiative they've taken with the front of the Hyundai, differentiating it completely from the Hyundai Venue. It has a very sleek front end, so you don't confuse it at all. So I'm sure you must be wondering, why would they make two versions of a subcompact car for the same year? And will they be any different or very similar? Now, just to let you know, the Kona is a little bit different. The Kona is a little bit wider, a little bit taller. I believe the Venue is about 99.2 inches compared to the Kona's 102 inches of wheelbase. The Venue is slimmer, about 69.7 inches compared to the Kona's 70.9 inches. The styling is really nice. It's a different generic SUV design. A lot of SUVs are taking. The lights here make it stand out. I do like those pieces. It's a very like a sexy eyelash look to the Kona, with obviously your fog lights down below and your running lights down there. Those are actually your indicator lights, and they do quite well. It's a nice design overall. Now, the off bit with the Kona that I don't really like is the black bits. They are usually, darker. I've been driving it a lot around Atlanta weather in the rain, so the dark bits are looking a little beat up, but it is nicer when it's clean, I promise. But I don't like it overall. If you don't like those dark bits, Hyundai has the Hyundai N trim, which is the high performance subcompact SUV of the Kona. So the Kona N, that has color matched flared fenders on the Kona as opposed to the black plasticky looking stuff. The N version is a lot nicer looking in my opinion. It looks more aggressive. It has some more aggressive features in the front grille. But this one, if you're just looking for a nice peppy run around town, this is really great on the highway, great as well. I was really impressed with how it drove all the way here. Suspension's good, not too much road noise. This version is an all-wheel drive version. The N that we were just talking about is a standard front-wheel drive version. So if you do get the basic, you can get the all-wheel drive. If you live in a country like Canada that it snows quite a lot, this all-wheel drive version will be very, very useful. The N, however, does have a limited front slip differential in the front to allow one wheel engage or roll when you are trapped in the snow, which can come in handy in the snow. But overall, I'm a big fan for all-wheel drive cars in the winter. This one will do just fine. The styling in the back is fine. Okay, nothing too out of the ordinary. Very simple. You do get the spoiler that does protrude out of the glass a little bit to give it better aerodynamics, but then again, you have a lot of plastic coming down the back, some plastic bumpers. Again, continue with the black theme on the sides and in front, but overall a nice, easy, acceptable back end. Jumping inside now, of course, inside on the Kona is a very standard subcompact non-luxury SUV. You got a lot of plastic bits all around, but the layout is really clean. Everything's black, no piano blacks, plastic bits, a lot of them. You do get a leather center console, cloth seats front and back, and bolstered front seats. However, my issue with the front seats, if you're any bigger than I am, it's going to be very uncomfortable to get around in. The seats are really bolstered, and on long trips you start to feel them quite a bit. So standard, you do get Apple CarPlay. I'm not sure of Android Auto. I do know you do get Apple CarPlay because that's what I've been using. I will try Android Auto and see if it does work and let you know how it does. You get a few other goodies. You get heated seats, heated steering wheel. You also get lane keep assist, but no cruise control support, which is weird because there's many cars now that offer lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control. You get the lane keep in this car, not the adaptive. So I'll say one thing, the lane keep assist does really well. I used it for a good chunk of the entire trip, and not once did it falter. Well, maybe one time, but overall it was very responsive. Did well to keep you in the lanes and not very jagged like many cars that yanks from side to side to try to correct what part of the lane you're on. This one does it quite well. When you're in the center. It does well to steer you through bends. It will beep occasionally to put your hands on the wheel, which you should be doing, obviously, but overall a great system. I just wish it had adaptive cruise control to compensate for the additional lane keep assist. Everything is buttons, no touch screen mode. Your climate controls are all buttons. Your radio navs are all buttons. Push to start and stop. And that's pretty much it. It's a very well laid out interior. Just a little cheap. If that sort of thing bothers you, this is not the car for you. The speakers do work really well. You're not brand name speakers by any chance. At least I don't see any brand names on them, but they do really well. I know back in the day, Hyundais and Kias used to have very terrible speakers on the base model. This is the Kona Limited, so I believe the speakers are across the range, the S, the SC, whatever it is that you get, but the speakers are good overall. Speaking of trims, you do get the S, the SC, the Limited, which is the all-wheel drive versions. You can get the base front-wheel drive versions. I believe that starts about 26,000 US. The all-wheel drive version is about 29,000 US, and you can up to the end version that's just about 40,000 US. It does come with a 4-cylinder engine, making about 195 horsepower, but the end version that we talked about makes about 276 horsepower, which in my opinion is really peppy around town. You do get a lag when trying to accelerate, trying to accelerate to catch up to traffic. It does so quite well, not enough that it's annoying, but enough that you would notice that it's a bit slow, but I think it's quite fine. Navigation is very clean. You got your tachometer, speedometer, nothing out of the ordinary. You can toggle between to see the different settings on your tiny little screen in the gauge cluster there, but overall it's a clean, concise look, easy to manage, easy to get used to. Nothing is out of the ordinary, and that's why I like it. Now the front seats in which I'm sitting on is lots of leg room. I am 6'1", so when I put the seats where I want them, it's very difficult for anyone taller than 5'8" to sit in the back. If you're thinking of taking this car on a long trip and you're all tall, chances are the back seats won't fit, but it might come in very handy. Everything else is standard. You don't have any sunroof, but other than that, it's a very nice, clean interior, clean car. I like this swivel thing with the AC vents that you get in this car. Makes it look a little bit luxurious, like you get in a Mercedes-Benz. Every other vent is quite normal, but the ones on the sides at the two ends are a little borrowed from Mercedes, and I like it. And it clicks a little bit when you turn it, which is quite nice. You do get 3 drive modes: normal, sport, and smart. I've been driving a lot in smart mode. Normal is just your average mode. Smart is, I believe, your fuel efficient mode, and sport is when you're looking to get a little bit more pep in your step. You're looking to overtake at high speeds. It's not overly intrusive, but just enough to rev a little higher and get you going a little bit better. Trunk space is okay, not the best. It is a subcompact car, so don't expect too much. Your large size luggages won't fit in the back. I had to drop the seats. It is a 60-40 split, so once you drop the 60 end of it, you should be able to put your luggages through, which I've done, or you might have to fold them to the side if they're not too full to stay and close. Mine were a little bit too full, but yeah, that is it with the Hyundai. It drives really nice. I've mentioned that. I did take it on a trip here, and it's been phenomenal. I've really liked it. It's easy to get around, easy to park, good on gas, and I think it's a car that if you're looking for a nice compact car, that gets you from point A to point B without a lot of hassle, this is the car for you. With that, I want to say thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.